Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Enterprise Tech Podcast with your host, John Perez. This is episode 6 of the Enterprise Technology Podcast, and I want to thank everybody for listening. And today's topic of discussion will be about blockchain and the top 6 ways blockchain will enhance CRM platforms and applications in the near future. So let's talk about what is blockchain first before we get into the specifics of the top 6 ways blockchain will enhance CRM platforms. Blockchain, in a simple explanation, is a secure, shared, distributed transaction ledger database that decentralizes data, eliminates the need for any trusted or hired third parties, and enables the anonymous exchange of digital assets. And you may have heard of Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum. Many of those digital cryptocurrencies are actually stored and managed on the blockchain. When you expand it further, it's a distributed and replicated database that's immutable, verifiable, and cryptographically secure, establishing a trust through a network of untrusted nodes. The best example I think I can give you with regards to this is perhaps transferring money. So if you think about today's world and how we send money to others and or how we direct deposit our money, we're doing it through a bank or through a third party, whether that third party is PayPal to send a email, or I should say a money transfer to a friend, or any of those, cash apps that are out there, or whether it's a wire transfer through your bank, right? You need a third party to manage that transaction. And what they do is they have the central party that essentially stores that transaction and does all the programmatic accounting to say, John sent Jane a check or a wire transfer for $100. And that is today's use case. But tomorrow's use case with blockchain will potentially eliminate that third party and that bank. Those secure transactions are stored on the blockchain. And the blockchain does not belong to a bank or to any one third party. The blockchain belongs to everybody who's contributing and a part of the blockchain network. And so that is one of the key distinct differences to really describe blockchain in the current and future state. It can replace your bank, and many banks and third-party financial companies are actually building blockchain apps so they can leverage the technology and still get paid. So that's a little summary about what blockchain is, but we're going to talk about how that technology, that decentralized database technology, is actually going to enhance CRM applications. And if you're a CRM developer, or if you are doing CRM development, this would probably be a great way to think about the use cases and some of the benefits. And then, I want to talk about why companies need it, right? We just talked about how, in a financial use case, you can send money over to blockchain and do it cost effectively. We see that a lot today with crypto and transferring Bitcoin. That's transferred money over the blockchain. But why does a business need this, right? And there's a couple of questions you need to ask yourself to determine whether or not your business needs it, okay? Does your data need to be secure? And if your business use case is highly secure and you need security, this is certainly a reason to look at blockchain. I'm not going to get into the security features, but it's highly secure. Does it need to be shared? So whatever data you're storing and securing, does it need to be shared in real time with maybe multiple parties? Does it need to be distributed? So do multiple people need to see this secured data set? And if it does need to be distributed to more than one party, blockchain is certainly a viable option. The other thing is, does it need to be authoritative? And by this, I mean that each entry is written once, thereby increasing the visibility and the auditability while reducing error rates, right? So you're creating a record, and there's all sorts of encryption that happens there, and you have the key, and there is one central key to unlock all the data elements in the blockchain that you're sharing for that data set. So those are some of the questions to ask on whether you need it in your business. And, obviously the financial use case is big. Banks and many loaning institutions are going to look at this. But if you're running an HR or payroll company, a healthcare company, those are specific industry use cases that I think are going to benefit from the blockchain. And so I think those industries are going to adopt this technology very quickly if they're not already doing it. So let's get right into CRM. What are the top 6 ways that CRM applications can be enhanced with the blockchain? So let's talk about the obvious one. That is the increased CRM data security. Literally out of the gate, blockchain will add a lot of existing data security options to your data set stored in CRM. Most notably, verifiable records, things that need to be encrypted, right? You no longer need to take care of all of that in your database technology. Blockchain ships with all this technology, and you can leverage that technology to store data securely in your CRM application. Another way, let's talk about another way, reason number 2 that CRM would be enhanced with blockchain is you can probably manage the customer experience better. So think about a world where your customers are sharing elements of their buy-in profile on the blockchain with you. And if that's allowed, your CRM now has access to a customer's wallet or a data set on the blockchain where you can see things around any loyalty or reward programs they joined up for, what purchases they've made with a retail brand. You can see buy-in history. You can see what loyalty programs they're a part of, what memberships or subscriptions they signed up for. So with blockchain technology, you can easily have access to that, right? Without the customer providing you that information up front. They can share a data set with you on the blockchain, and that can then be imported in your CRM tool. And that has valuable insight into your business about a customer, right? So future state world is a CRM application will sync with a data set of a customer. And if that customer allows, you will see their buy-in history, their subscriptions, their loyalty programs, and get really better insight into your CRM system about that customer. So that's reason number 2. That's enabling and enhancing CRM to manage a better customer experience. Reason number 3 has to do with cost of security and database maintenance. Because of the security features of blockchain, because it's a centralized database or decentralized database, you don't really need to get a DBA to tune your database, right? The cost of database administration is a lot lower. The cost of security and managing security gets a whole lot lower. Many companies hire, dozens of security engineers at the network level, application level, at the database level, just to make everything secure. And there's a lot of things involved with database security and application security. And so by leveraging blockchain technology in your CRM app, you kind of reduce the need for a lot of those things you need to implement from a resource perspective and a security perspective. So let's talk about the next reason. Let's talk about data cleansing. And what does that mean? Everybody knows if they have a CRM database, the maintenance and the ability to kind of maintain that data and dedupe data can be very expensive. It's a resource-intensive effort. You're constantly doing data cleansing and dedupe efforts. And so I think another benefit of blockchain is better data cleansing and accuracy in your CRM. With blockchain in place, a customer can have their very own personal block of information about them that presents your company with a unified and accurate picture of your customer's personal information, past transactions. And if you have duplicate data, you can actually run that against the source, which is your customer who has stored a personal block of their information on the blockchain. So this should definitely make data cleansing and accuracy about your customer a hell of a lot simpler. Another reason here, reason number 5, is real-time supply chain tracking. Big use case of using blockchain technology is tracking things along the supply chain. So let's talk about some examples. Let's say you're using CRM in a customer service use case, and you're looking up a customer order in your CRM application, and you could actually see in real time where that product is in the supply chain before it ships out. Or if you want to track it from the supply chain to the various carriers or states or different entities that have touched that shipment, blockchain really gives you that real-time visibility into it cost effectively, right? You don't have to build systems to do all this tracking. And so if all the systems on the network were powered by a blockchain application, the information to track in your CRM system is going to be a whole lot more cost effective and real-time and more accurate. So supply chain tracking is going to be really big. Think about that world where you query the blockchain from your CRM system for the source of products, right? For example, you want to look for suppliers who source their bananas from Costa Rica. And in that query, you want to know how many crates of bananas do they have available. So from within your CRM database, without having to store all that information, you can query the blockchain for that information and get those suppliers imported into your CRM application. And that's very powerful, right? Without doing all the custom integrations that you need to get, supplier and manufacturer data connected. And if all those manufacturers and suppliers are on the blockchain, you can now have a decentralized source of that data tightly integrated into your CRM database. And let's go down to the final last reason, and another way blockchain will enhance your CRM is in a sales use case. You're going to get smarter sales quoting and smarter contract management. Many times we're doing sales in a CRM system, we're doing quoting, we're doing invoicing, and ultimately it's going to result in some kind of contract or statement of work that involves your company's products and services, your team resources, as well as your customers' resources. So if you're in a scenario of utilizing CRM to do sales and you have to distribute and sign a contract that fulfills an agreement between your company and its customers, and it involves multiple parties, you can leverage smart contracts. Smart contracts are the ability for you to digitally agree on things with third parties over the blockchain. And instead of doing a DocuSign send signature of a contract, you literally can use the blockchain technology with the smart contract technology to send that smart contract through the blockchain, have everyone digitally sign, and that smart contract can now manage that contract on an ongoing basis. If there's any breaches, if there's any service level agreements that didn't get adhered to, the smart contract can programmatically flag that and reach out to every party to create awareness of that. So there's no more DocuSign. There's no more having to send things out for signature. A smart contract not only can fulfill that for you digitally on the blockchain, but can also help you manage the contract between your company and its customers, and even flag for things like SLAs. So let's recap that. Top 6 ways blockchain will enhance CRM. Reason number 1, increased and better data security. Reason number 2 is you're going to provide a better customer experience by leveraging the data sets there. Reason number 3, you're going to actually reduce database and security costs in your organization as a result of leveraging it. Reason number 4, you're going to get a lot of data cleansing and accuracy, no more deduping exercise. Reason number 5, real-time supply chain tracking. Reason number 6, smarter sales quoting and smart contracts. Thank you again for listening. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at info@theenterprisetechpodcast.com. Thank you.